Visit CCGCastle.com and get 5% discount on your purchase with TCG Center 5 code. Check video description or visit CCG Castle for more. How's it going, guys? Welcome back to Pokemon TCG Center. In today's video, we're looking at Mega Mewtwo with the Garbodor. So basically, this is a updated version for a current standard format. So I didn't actually build the Mega Mewtwo for a long time, and today we'll be looking at the build with the Garbodor. So Mega Mewtwo is of course going to be a main attacker and only attacker in this deck. So Psychic Infinity is the only thing we can do if we don't have Shrine of Memories in play. But also if we have Shrine of Memories in play, we are going to be able to use Damage Change, which is just so powerful attack. You can switch all damage counters on this Pokemon with those on your opponent active Pokemon, which means only one thing. For example, you have 200 damage on your Mega Mewtwo, you can Lysander your opponent, benched Pokemon at full HP, and you can just remove all of your damage counters from the Mega Mewtwo to that Pokemon, pretty much knock him out, grab 2 prize cards, and have your Mega Mewtwo with a full HP in play, which is just ridiculous. On the other side, I'm running 2 copies of Garbodors with Trubbish. And of course with that Garbotoxin ability, which says that if this Pokemon has any Pokemon tool attached to it, each Pokemon in play and each player hand, and of course player's discard pile will have no abilities. So basically with the Garbodor and Floatstone in play, your opponent will not be able to play those abilities. So we can have pretty easy game against Greninja Brain, because Greninja cannot hit more than 80 damage with that Moonlight Slash. And even if he managed to Lysander our Garbodor, it's not going to be enough for the knockout. So we can easily control the game with those Psychic Infinities, or even better, a Damage Change against Greninja, of course. Against any other deck who runs Special Energy cards, I decide to go with 2 copies of Enhanced Hammers, so I can have pretty good matchup against Darkrai Giratina, against Mirror Mewtwo, against Mega Rayquaza. So all these decks depend on double Course energies, double Dragon energies, and of course the reason why Enhanced Hammer is good, because it can actually scrap those energies pretty easily. So 13 Pokemons, 36 trainer cards, and 11 energies, which means 60 cards in total, of course, as usual. So 2 Shamies for the setup, 1 Hoopa for that Scundering, and basically 3 Mega Mewtwo, and 2 Trubbish and Garbodor. So from the item cards, as I mentioned earlier, 2 copies of Enhanced Hammers, 1 copy of Escape Rope. It's a pretty good card because it can also be like a Floatstone, but you never know what you can do with it. I mean, you can easily force your opponent, for example, to promote one of his non-damage Pokemon in play, so you can easily use your damage swap if you have Floatstone on one of your Pokemons in play, so you can just easily retreat back to that Pokemon. Only 2 copies of Mega Turbo, didn't find space for more. I would like to run like 3 copies of Mega Turbos, but if you want to have more Mega Turbos, you can actually cut 1 energy, so you can run 4 double cores, 6 Psy energies, and add that 3rd Mega Turbo, in my opinion, if you really want that. But I end up running 2 copies of Mega Turbo because I managed to get sometime energies in my hand might be better than actually having that Mega Turbo. 1 special charge, of course, to reshuffle back 2 double cores energies, 1 Super Road as usual. 3 copies of Trainer's Mails, no 4, because I'm running 3 copies of N instead of the 2. If I would go with 2 copies of N, I would add 4 Trainer's Mail, but I really don't want to do that because I really want to have consistency much more, just because I'm running those Enhanced Hammers and other cards like Mega Turbos, and sometimes I might not just be able to basically start with Supporter card if I have so much different item cards. So that's the reason why it's actually better to have a physical supporter plus 1 instead of just the Trainer's Mail. 4 copies of Ultra Ball, of course, 4 copies of V-Seeker from supporter cards, 1 copy of Lysander. As you can see, only 3 different supporter types, 1 Lysander, 3 copies of N, and 4 Professor Sycamore. If you really want, for example, you can add some multiple cards like a Deliquent or Team Flare Grunt. In order to add them, you can always cut 1 of your energies and 1 Pearl City, so you can have more different options and more control against your opponent. It depends on the style that your opponent will play and the meta, of course, at your local tournaments. 1 copy of Pearl City, so I can get rid of all of my Pokemons from the bench that I really don't need, for example, like a Hoopa and Shaman, but maybe even any other who has damage counters on it. 3 copies of Shrine of Memory, so I can have, of course, that Stadium advantage against my opponent, but of course, so I can use that damage change. And of course, running 3 copies of Floatstones. Even 2 copies of Floatstone can be enough, but since we're running Garbodor, we actually want to have that additional resource just to be able basically to attach it. Trust me, you don't want to end up in the active position with the Garbodor without the Floatstone, because it will take the ages to retreat, and it's just not good. 3 copies, of course, Mewtwo Spirit Links, 7 Psychic Energies, and 4 Double Course Energies, which means 60 cards in total for this deck. Of course, if you're looking for any of these cards, as usual, you can find them on CCGCastle.com. Also, with the TCG Center 5 code, you can get 5% discount on your purchase, so you should definitely keep that in mind. So let's do some game tests so you can actually see this deck in the action. So see you in the game. Alright guys, let's do this. So, a Mega Mewtwo on today video. So let's take a look how good or how bad actually deck is. So I will start second, and my opening hand is very bad. I don't know what is going on, but with last few weeks I'm getting so bad hands playing this online game that this is just totally ridiculous. Okay, so I'm starting with a Trubbish and a Flowstone, which is actually a pretty decent start, because I can Ultra Ball for Hoopa, I can add my Flowstone to my Hoopa, and I can basically scan the ring for like 3 more EXs, which is definitely going to be very important. On the other side, it's a Zygarde with a Carbine Break. The good thing is, as long as I have a Garbodor in play, I don't need to worry too much. So he just played the Hex Maniac. I guess the Hex Maniac is the best thing you can actually get on your turn 1. So let's go with the Ultra Ball for another Trubbish actually right here. This is definitely going to be another Trubbish and a Floatstone. See, he's not going to be able to knock out my Trubbish right here. I can expect to see just maybe a couple 50 or 60 damage, maybe even Diamond Gift. I really want to have extra Trubbish in play, just for the purpose for that second Garbodor, and basically for that Garbotoxin. Is just 20 damage from that Diamond Gift, which means that it's my turn, and I'm going to use my Professor Sycamore right here. So my Professor Sycamore for 7 means that I can grab one of my Mewtwo's. I can attach Spirit Link. I can go with one of my energies, or I can go with Ultra Ball. Since I already discarded Mega Turbo, I guess I can Ultra Ball for a Floatstone and 1 Psychic Energy in order to grab, let's see, I'm thinking about playing that Shaymin EX right here for 6, and also I'm searching for that, basically. Oh, there's Escape Probe. Well, if I use Escape Probe, I'll help my opponent to promote his Zygarde in the active position. Do I really want to do that? Probably not yet. Probably not yet, because I really want to set up my damage change and find the stadium so I can actually promote my Mewtwo Mega in the active. So there we go with a Garbodor, and in the meantime I managed to find that Trainer's Mail, which is going to be for another Spirit Link, and this is going to be a retreat on my bench to my Mewtwo, and I will pass my turn. I didn't want to add second Shaymin EX in play, just because I'm still not looking forward to get at Pearl City. I really want to have more space for, like, there's another Diamond Gift. I really want to have space for another Mewtwo's on the bench, so there's just another Double Course Energy. And really, to be honest, I don't need Double Course Energy, but I will actually attach the Double Course Energy on my Mewtwo, because I'm going to be able to knock out basically my opponent Zygarde right here. So now there's even Zygarde, but also Carbing, because I have that Safeguard, Shut It Down in play. So there we go with the Mega Mewtwo. And I have Super Road, but I really don't want to play it. So let's just go with Psychic Infinity, and this is going to be for like 160, which is very, very, very huge amount of the damage counters, with, of course, 2 Double Course Energies attached to the Mewtwo. So he just decided to promote his Sneasel. Of course, there is still no sign of the Weevil, and finally he managed to get the Trainer's Mail, so hopefully he's going to be able to get Supporter card, and there we go with a N. Even N is going to help right here, to be honest, because my hand looks just totally devastating. I mean, I can just use my V-Seeker pretty much for the end, because I really don't want to discard my Spirit Links. So there is a Weevil and a Power Memory. Okay, so Power Memory is actually a pretty badass card. It can hit for 200, and you need to discard 3 energies. So basically with his Zygarde, he can one-hit knock out my Mega Mewtwo pretty much easily. So I will use my Ultra Ball right here for another Psychic Energy and for one of my Shrine of Memories to grab one more Mewtwo right here. And of course I'm going to attach my double Course Energy on that Mewtwo. I can hit for like a 130 minus 20, which is going to be 110. Is going to be enough for the knockout on his Weevil. And of course we'll play my Shrine of Memories and we'll go with my Sycamore for 7. Okay, very nice. There's Enhanced Hammer, which means that I can disrupt one of his energies. I can even put another Mewtwo in play. And I'm going to use my Psychic Infinity. So Psychic Infinity for 110, enough for the knockout. Good thing is that he does not have any energy attached on none of his Pokemons in play. So that's pretty good. All he really needs right here is a Carbon Break and basically energy. So there is Professor Sycamore for 7. Alright. There is one energy card. Definitely Garbodor is very, very, very good for the Mega Mewtwo. They are just so good together that I can't just describe how good they actually are in combo together. So what I'm looking to do on the next turn, I might just go with energy attachment on my active Mega Mewtwo, and I will try to search with the Sycamore my deck maybe for that second Mega Turbo, so I can add one more Psychic Energy to my Mewtwo and maybe even use that damage swap, or basically... Oh, Zygarde actually became a little bit fat on the bench, as you can see right there. So maybe even losing a turn right here, evolving into Mega Mewtwo might not be that bad, because I don't have actually another attacker if he managed to knock out my Mega Mewtwo. So I will retreat on one of my Trebuchets on the bench, paying one double Course Energy retreat in order actually to Mega Evolve, because it's pretty risky to throw out my Sycamore and Mega Mewtwo. And of course I don't want to play my end, because I will give my opponent the opportunity to take 6 cards, and that's definitely not going to happen. He can't use Diamond Gift. I mean, he can use Diamond Gift just for the 20. But of course, he's not going to be able to knock out my Trubbish, and that's pretty good. The only way he can knock out my Trubbish is to find strong energy and attach it to his Carbink. And there we go with 3 energies on the Zygarde, which means that he can hit for tons of damage, and there's V-Seeker for N, which means that I might get Lysander and basically knock a possibility to knock out his Zygarde on the bench. That's definitely going to be a GG. And there we go with the Lysander, guys. I cannot believe in that. So he ended me down to Lysander, which means that I'm going to be able to knock out his Zygarde EX with triple energy on the bench. And I think this is going to be pretty much over for him. So 3 energies, that's 90 damage, and 3 more, that's 90 more damage. So I can hit for like a 190 with my Mega Mewtwo Psychic Infinity. But what I'm looking forward to do right here is basically, of course, first to attach my Spirit Link, put my Stadium in play, attach one more energy, and use my Lysander on his Zygarde EX and go with the Psychic Infinity basically for 220, and it's enough for the knockout. So right now I can grab 2 prize cards, and there is a V-Seeker and Ultra Ball, which means that for the next turn I can just simply use my V-Seeker for another way of the Lysander his Zygarde on the bench, and basically end this game in a pretty good fashion. So let's take a look. Will he be using another Diamond Gift? Yeah, there's another Power Memory and Fighting Fury Belt. Okay, so there's even Trainer's Mail. I guess he's trying to find a way to get that end so he can maybe end me down to 2 cards. Personally, I would probably do that. So he even managed to discard his Lysander with the Ultra Ball for another Carbon Break. Alright, so there we go with the V-Seeker. Will that V-Seeker be for M? Of course, it's going to be for the M. So I will go down to 2 cards, which means that I'm still looking for V-Seeker for the victory. Oh, I cannot believe in that. So I again managed to get V-Seeker and Super Road. So V Seeker on my opponent, Zygarde EX on the bench, even with the Fighting Fury belt, unfortunately it's not going to be enough for the knockout. I'm going to be short for like a 10 because he decided to go with the one with the... okay, so he decided to go for the one with that power memory. So what I need to do is I'm going to use my V Seeker for the Lysander, and basically Lysander is a Zygarde with that power memory and knock him out. If he actually decide to attach those energies on his Zygarde with Fighting Fury belt, I'm not going to be able to one-hit him knockout because he have 230 HP with the Fighting Fury belt. But at the end, he didn't do that, and basically I managed to knock him out. Alright guys, so let's do this one more time before the final conclusion for the Mega Mewtwo. So I would like to go first, of course. And my opening hand contained again no basic Pokemon, but the same thing is on the other side for my opponent, and he actually ran that Mega Garbodor. So a Mega Garbodor is, I guess, the best Mega counter for Mega Mewtwo because of that dual type, Fairy and Psychic. Unfortunately, I cannot hit for the weakness, but I can try to Shatter Shot maybe my opponent. So still, even with 3 energies, I'm not going to be able to hit for more like 180. But unfortunately, I think that he's only weak on the metal. But I need to confirm first that. Okay, so I guess I can Ultra Ball for Trubbish pretty much. But do I really want to Ultra Ball for Trubbish? I guess I won't. I mean, I can add the Trubbish on my bench, just maybe later for setup or something like that. And basically try to set up for 4. Okay, so there is a Float Stone, a double Chorus Energy, and Professor Sycamore. Well, I could put my Shrine of Memories in play. Unfortunately, I need to discard my Mega Mewtwo. I didn't want to put an energy in play because I was scared to draw more good cards that I really don't want to discard, and it actually happened. So there is Enhanced Hammer. Probably I will not need that, but who knows. That Ultra Ball can be for next turn, actually. I will take a risk right here and wait to see if my opponent maybe play Giratina. So basically, if he plays Giratina, I can scrap maybe double Dragon Energy from his Giratina. So there is a Fairy Garden. But on the other side, I can next turn just Ultra Ball. Basically, Ultra Ball for... Oh no, I see Xerneas Break, so... Probably he does not have... Okay, so there's Geomancy, Giratina EX in his deck. So 1 energy, and where is going to be placed? Another 1. Okay. Okay, interesting. Ultra Ball, 4 energy, and Enhanced Hammer. So what should I put in play? I guess another Mewtwo, because I'm really looking forward to play the Pearl City and get rid of my Shamans from play. Double Chorus Energy, oh, it's pretty risky. God dang, that Mega Garbodor actually can knock out my Mewtwo on the next turn. So easy that this is just not true. Yes, I want to take a risk right here. Really don't have nothing to lose. I mean, I have weakness, and definitely against weakness, who can hit for the one-hit knockout. It's not easy to play. So I can use my Pearl City, get rid of 2 of my Shamans from play. I don't have another option to use my M, and what I'm looking forward is just a Mega Mewtwo. That's pretty much all I really need, and I managed to get 2 of them and even 1 more Spirit Link, which is totally fantastic. I can knock out his Xerneas, and I can even power up my Benched. Oh, no! Oh my gosh. That's the problem with the right click. That's the problem with the right click. You cannot, once, yes, it's misclick. Once you actually pretty much use the right click, and when you keep your mouse and you want to evolve one of your Pokemon in play, you cannot pull back that evolution change. So it happened. Okay, so another misclick. I really hate when it happened. I'm very frustrated about those glitches in the game. They should definitely try to improve that a little bit. So I guess his Xerneas would be knocked out. But okay, I mean, it really doesn't matter. I will try to search my deck somehow for that. Okay, so he managed to Mega Evolve. There's even Hoopa for that Scundering. No, there is no possible way that I can one-hit knock out his Mega Garbodor on the bench. It's simply not possible. I mean, I need to have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 energies. I mean, that's like a 2 double cores energies and one just a regular Psychic energy with 2 energies of my opponent, Mega Garbodor in play. And there is a Mega Turbo, which means that he can actually... Let's see if he's going to be able to retreat his Xerneas maybe right here to apply that very needed. Okay, so he managed to get second energy, so he can just go straight away to retreat. Knock out my Mega Mewtwo. At the end of the day, playing against Mega Garbodor dual type is the worst thing you can get because you are not able to be good against weakness. I mean, none of the decks who are actually weak on other deck, there's no big chance that you can actually win. So I'm going to use... I guess I can't do too much right here. Really can't do too much. I mean, even if I manage to knock out his Xerneas next turn, that this knockout right now would happen. So I guess 1, 2, that's 60 damage, 70. And with the double cores energy, that can be 130. So I played already 3 double cores energies, and I think I should go with my Ultra Ball for Floatstone and for the N. I mean, it's definitely not over yet, but I'm definitely not in good position. So let's go with a Shrine of Memories, a V-Seeker for Professor Sycamore, but still looking forward how many energies I have in my discard pile, just a single one. I think I will take a risk right here by playing my Sycamore for 7. Okay, at least I managed to get an Ultra Ball, so I can discard one more Sycamore and 1 more energy in this way. Okay, so right now I can use my Garbodor just in case if he looks forward somehow to basically try to set up with another Hoopa maybe or Shaman. And what else I should play right here? Let me see. I'm thinking about super roading right now. 1 Mega Mewtwo because I don't need it. 1 Mewtwo and 1 of my energies back into my deck. And of course, I really want to thin as much as possible cards from my deck. So without another Mega Gardevoir in play, if he knock out my Mega Mewtwo on his turn, I'm going to be able to end him down to 2 cards, which is very, very, very important. So I should definitely keep that in mind, because with another extra attacker for my opponent is definitely not going to be good. But there is Ultra Ball, so let's see what he can grab with the Ultra Ball. Maybe he can go for something like another Gardevoir, of course. And there is even 1 energy, but I still don't see a sign of the Spirit Link. A V-Seeker for Sycamore, which means that this is going to be 7 new cards, so it's very important right here to get that. There's a Xerneas break. So basically it's very important to get maybe even Stadium, but Stadium is not that important as that Spirit Link. So there's 220 damage. It's going to be enough for the knockout. So what I need right now from the 6 cards is just the energy card and the Mega Turbo. or just a pretty much double Chorus Energy. So will I be able to hit that? I don't know. Well, there's a Mega Turbo, but there is no Mega Mewtwo yet, so let's go with the N. Oh, not good. Okay, at least I managed to put him down to 2 cards, so maybe this game will not be over yet. But probably it's near to the end. Mega Mewtwo is just too much slow and weak against Mega Garbodor. I mean, without possibility to a one-hit knock at your opponent or being able to transfer damage, I guess you're not going to have a good time. So will he be able to V-Seeker even right here? So he can V-Seeker maybe for the Sycamore. So luckily he didn't have Lysander in his discard pile because this game would be over. And on the other side, he can just retreat, of course, and hit for the 100 with his Xerneas break, so it's pretty much over. It's pretty much over. I mean, I can end him down to 1 card, but I know what is going to happen. Well, I can try. I don't have nothing to lose right here, so let's go with the M. If I'm running Crushing Hammers instead of the Enhanced Hammers, I might be able to disrupt one of his energies, so that energy might buy me a turn right here, but unfortunately, no, it's not going to happen. I mean, I can just use my Psychic Infinity for like 130, still it's not even enough to knock out his Xerneas. On the other side, he can just easily retreat, even without Shrine of Memories in play. Basically he had 2 energies attached, so he can just retreat by discarding them and hit for that Desperate Ray, which is going to be enough for the knockout. So unfortunately, Mega Mewtwo against Mega Garbodor, not good. Not good, I guess. From 10 games, you should probably win maybe 1 or 2 of them. Alright guys, so game number 3 at the end. So since I lost the game number 2, I guess it would be pretty good to play a game number 3 right here, so we can have clearly winner for this deck test. So will I be the winner or my opponent on the other side? We shall see. Not sure if he play with Mega Rayquaza right here. It would be pretty nice to see it. So still battling with this opening hands. I mean, it's just devastating how bad I can draw. So finally I managed to get Pokemon, which is actually a Mewtwo. So I have 2 different options right here. Go with my Sycamore and of course attaching Spirit Link or Flowstone, and of course I'm going to attach my Spirit Link, no sign. Oh, nice top deck, Ultra Ball. Oh, I cannot believe in that. Let's just throw both energies in the discard pile. And there is a King Hoopa, so that means only one thing. I'm going to be able to set up right here, which is very important. Of course, on the other side, it's also important that he started with the Shaman in the active position. So I can even grab one of my Shamans. I want to get as many cards as I can right here, so let's go with the Spirit Link, let's go with the Flowstone, 2 of my Mewtwo's, 1 Shaman for the setup, and I only need 1 Trubbish. Very close, no sign of the Trubbish. There's a Pearl City. I guess it'd be pretty nice to play Pearl City and cut my opponent next turn, but I will just go with my Sycamore for 7, who cares? So I need really to find a Trubbish as fast as I can so I can try to set it up on the turn 2. And I'm going to attach my energy and pretty much pass my turn. So for the next turn, I can Ultra Ball for my Mega Mewtwo, and I can try to apply some pressure because I have Mega Turbo in my hand. Or I can Ultra Ball for my Garbodor, or even better, I can Ultra Ball since the Skyfield is in play for my another Shaman for the setup. So there is Professor Sycamore on the other side, and he discarded Karen, Ninetales, Zoroark, and a Lightning Energy and a double Chorus Energy. So seeing double Chorus Energy in a discard pile is like a very good feeling. because of course with a double course energy in Disco Pilot means that he have one energy less to power up his Rayquaza. Okay, so he's going to set up with that Hoopa, probably for maybe even 3 Rayquazas, maybe 2 Rayquaza, 1 Shaman. Okay, 2 Rayquaza and 1 Mega Rayquaza. Of course, you really want to Mega Evolve if it's possible. So there's a Spirit Link, which means there is also going to be, oh, another Spirit Link. Very nice. And a Super Road. So what he can bring back with a Super Road. Okay, Zorua, Zoroark, and a Ninetales. Ninetales is a pretty good card, especially if it can be in play, if you can set it up pretty fast. But luckily, on the other hand, that I have a Garbodor with a Garbotoxin, so I don't need to worry too much about Ninetales. Okay, there is a double course energy and a Mega Turbo, which means that his Mega Rayquaza is ready to rock and roll, and another Spirit Link. Another Shaymin EX. Wow, he can hit for 210 damage right here, which is a huge damage output. A huge damage output. I think that Mega Rayquaza actually get a little boost with that Karen currently in the standard format. Alright, so Ultra Ball for Vulpix. Of course, Vulpix. You really want to set up your Ninetales in play, so you can hit for 240. If that happens, it's definitely going to be a big deal. So I will Ultra Ball right here, and it's going to be Ultra Ball for Special Charge and the Trubbish. We're going to take a risk by discarding that Special Charge to grab my Shaymin. Where should I put my Mega Turbo? Of course, to my active Mega Mewtwo. And I'm looking forward for that Shaymin EX. And I'm looking forward maybe for Double Course Energy and the Lysander. That would be pretty badass play. There is a Garbodor, so I think it's time to play that. A Trainer's Mail for a Shrine of Memories. I really want to put that Shrine of Memories in play and discard some of my opponent Pokemons from his bench. So probably 2 copies of Shaymin, and that Hoopa is going to be discarded. More than that, I guess I can just... I'm going to discard my Shaymin, of course. I can attach my energy card. I can hit for like 70 right now. 1 energy to my another Mewtwo on the bench, and this is going to be pretty much end, because I'm looking for that Lysander maybe for the next turn, but also any kind of the hammer, like enhanced hammer that I managed to get. And there we go with a enhanced hammer. So I can hit for like a 70 damage or with the Shadow Shot, but I'm going to use my Psychic Infinity because next turn I can knock out his Shaymin if he's not going to be able to retreat. So this enhanced hammer helped me a lot. Right now he needs 2 cards. He needs Flowstone and Double Course Energy if he wants to retreat his Shaymin. And the other side, if he's not going to be able to retreat, I'm going to be able basically to one-hit knockout next turn his Shaymin for like 2 prize cards, and I will have 2 prize advantage. Of course, he's looking forward right now to expand his bench, and the good thing is that he actually decided to discard his Vulpix when I actually remove his Skyfield. So there is Professor Sycamore, and he managed to get that Floatstone. So he needs 1 more Pokemon so he can have 210 damage output with his Mega Rayquaza. And basically he can one-hit knock out my Mega Mewtwo. And looks like there's an Ultra Ball, so this is going to be a one-hit knockout. The more energies he have, the more damage counters I can actually put on his Mega Rayquaza. But basically with like 6 energies, that's going to be 180. And for 10 more, it's going to be 190. So I guess I can hit his Mega Rayquaza for like 190 damage with my Mewtwo, Mega Mewtwo actually on the next turn. And the good thing is that with the setup, I'm going to be able to knock out his Mega Rayquaza. So let's go with the Shrine of Memories first. And I mean, he have Karen in his discard pile, so it really doesn't matter too much. At least he discarded 3 copies of Stadium cards, so let's go with the Ultra Ball, basically for that Mega Mewtwo. But I think I actually shouldn't do that. Maybe I was too fast right here. Maybe I could actually use my Shaman first for that setup, basically, and then going with my Mega Mewtwo for the knockout. Realize it just a little bit too fast because right now I don't have cards sitting in my hand, and there is a Skyfield for him on the other side. And even one more double Course Energy and one more Mega Rayquaza. I guess, okay, VA Seeker for Karen. So there we go. A few more Pokemons are actually reshuffled back. I mean, Karen is going to be very effective. Okay, so right now he can use his Hoopa for that Scandering and search his deck for like Rayquaza and the Shaman EX. So he can set up for like 2 more cards and basically use an Emerald Break for 240. Well, Mega Mewtwo is fall down. All I can do is promote my Hoopa in the active position. Hope to top deck something like an N. Oh my gosh, you gotta be kidding me that I top deck N. And a double Course Energy, and wow, this is just ridiculous. I cannot believe what is going on right here. So I'm looking forward just for the Stadium right now. If I can hit Stadium, it's going to be, well, I cannot hit Stadium. It would probably be too much right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to retreat on my Mega Mewtwo, and I will just pretty much hit with Psychic Infinity for the knockout. Who cares? If he have energy card in his hand, it's pretty much over. I could go with my Shaman in the active position. Tries to basically Sky Return and then promote my Garbodor. But on the other side, he have that Lysander sitting in his hand, so he can easily maybe get with his Trainer's Mail for the Wii Seeker and grab the Lysander. But there we go with the Trainer's Mail for the Sycamore. So he can even set up with the Shaman. Wow. Can he get that energy? Yep, he can find the energy card, so he can knock out my Mega Mewtwo for like 2 prize cards. And there we go. It's a GG. I mean, he probably have even Lysander in his hand, so that's the reason why I actually didn't want to put my Shaman, because he can easily Lysander it and knock him out. So pretty much a game is over. So 3 games played, only 1 win, 2 defeats. So 1 victory, 2 defeats, whatever you want to call it. I think Mega Mewtwo still is a decent, and still is a good deck, and still is like a tier 1 deck in the current standard format. But unfortunately, against Mega Gardevoir dual type, you cannot do too much because of the weakness. Against Mega Rayquaza is a 50-50 chance who get better cards and better draw, that player is going to win. But actually, my opponent was too strong with those one-hit knockouts against my Mega Mewtwo, and I was not able to do anything. So once again, guys, I hope you enjoyed watching this video. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more future videos. If you have any questions, don't forget to leave comments below. Till the next time, have a nice day, and goodbye.